Section 107 of the Copyright Act allows freedom of expression, permitting the unlicensed use of copyright-protected works if such expression is for criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, or research. All forms of media used here have been originally captured or have been edited to reflect unique publication as to respect the original publisher, which Section 107 of the Copyright Act allows.
Your friend and my friend, the Donald, is up to it again, dodging questions related to Jeffrey Epstein. And this time it wasn't even one of those questions where, did you get involved with anything illegal along with Epstein? It wasn't one of those questions. It wasn't even, did you know him? Which I don't recall, but I'm pretty sure he said, never knew the guy, blah, 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 when there's pictures of them together. This was a question about whether or not he was involved with the government at all, I think. I'm pretty sure. I'm going to listen to it and watch it again with you. By the way, this happened yesterday. So today's July 9th, 2025. This happened yesterday at a cabinet meeting at the White House. And I thought this was interesting. Why not? But like I said, before you go there with me, let's look at... Again, my shit's blocked here. That's nice. Before we look at that particular thing, I want to go ahead and show you those two gentlemen together. I don't know. I've only ever seen the one picture. Actually, I take that back. There was a definite video of them like over the shoulder being dapping and looking at chicks or whatever. I don't know. I wasn't there. The point is, if someone ever tells you that Trump flat out denied knowing him, then make sure you remind that person that, well, whether he did or not, because I'm not really sure if he did or not, the truth is they knew each other. Watch Donald Trump and Jeff Epstein together in 1992. Let's take a look at this real quick. This video does feature a bunch of loud copyrighted music, so I'm going to cut the audio off. You can see them together. They're looking and pointing at something. Jeff Epstein is nodding. Yeah, I got you. I know what you're I know what you're saying. Yeah. So, what does that show? That just shows that they met each other. Okay, it's proof. So I don't know if you believe that Trump has denied ever knowing the man or whatever, but that's simply not the case. Archive footage shot by NBC show Donald Trump. The NBC show Donald Trump? Archive footage shot by NBC shows Donald Trump at Mar-a-Lago with Jeff Epstein in 92. Okay, I get it now. So back in 92, if there's ever been a question, have they ever met? The answer is yes. So take these still images, print them onto a t-shirt with no words, and it might change someone's naive mind. They're talking, they're laughing. I love the pink tie. It would be hard for me to believe that Donald Trump was involved in underage stuff. But if more proof came out and that was the deal, then I would say, okay. I mean, what else could you say? I would like to say that wouldn't surprise me, but it would. That would surprise me. That would surprise me. Anyways, the reason I wanted to show you that is because I wanted to show you this. Let me turn my volume back up here. We can actually use the volume. We can actually use the audio on this next little seg. Just go to the White House YouTube channel. Just type in the White House, bada bing, bada pow. And there it is. Click on that, if you will. This is the White House YouTube channel. Click videos and go down to the cabinet meeting that was today. Not the Prime Minister dinner. What was it? Maybe it was live. Maybe you got to click on live. Yeah. Right there. So make sure you click on live. So go and watch it for yourself so you have your own opinion. Start at minute 33 if you want. And yeah, when someone asks you a direct question, when you don't answer that question, but you attack the validity of the question itself to avoid having to answer it, I think that says a lot more than the lie you could have come up with. That's all I'm trying to say. Pam Bondi, the Attorney General, does the same thing. So my question was, what was the game plan? If we both answer it falsely, if we both skirt around the subject, I'll attack the merit of the question, and then you give another false answer, and we'll kind of work it as a team to totally what?
Your memo and release yesterday with Jeffrey Epstein, it left some lingering mysteries. One of the biggest ones is whether he ever worked for a American or foreign intelligence agency. The former Labor Secretary, who was Miami U.S. Attorney Alex Costa, he allegedly said that he did work for an intelligence agency. So could you resolve what?
Valid question or not valid question? The secretary or whatever she is, Pam Bondi or whatever, put out a memo that left a big glaring question. This big vague thing that wasn't addressed. It was alleged that Epstein worked for either American or foreign intelligence agencies. So, did he or did he not? It's not even about his illegal behavior, in my opinion, that I can tell so far. It's not about the child trafficking and stuff like that. But Trump, that is, as you're about to see with your own eyes, Epstein questions are something that gets Trump to what little professionalism he had goes right out the window. Why does someone behave that way when a certain topic comes up? I'm not going to tell you my opinion why. I'd rather you come up with your own opinion why.
Whether or not you did, and also could you say why there was a minute missing from the jailhouse tape on the minute?
Yeah, sure. If I
Could I just interrupt for
Sure.
1 second? Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years. You're
I'm going to play those real close together. The video of them together. Right after the video of, wait a minute, there's no way you're still talking about Jeffrey Epstein. There it is. Watch this.
Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years. You're asking, we have Texas, we have this, we have all of the things. And are people still talking about this guy, this creep? That is unbelievable.
So clearly here's an attack on the question itself versus an attack on Epstein, an attack on this bad memo which failed to mention yes or no. Trump's trying to throw off. Trump is trying to change the focus. You can't just say, well, that question is dog crap because we have other things going on in the news. This is a meeting where the media is allowed to be. It's called freedom of the press. Answer the question. This would beg the question, what are you hiding? Let me go back and play this again for a second.
Your memo and release yesterday with Jeffrey Epstein, it left some lingering mysteries. One of the biggest ones is whether he ever worked for a American or foreign intelligence agency. The former Labor Secretary, who was Miami U.S. Attorney Alex Costa, he allegedly said that he did work for an intelligence agency. So could you resolve whether or not he did, and also could you say why?
Right here in this moment, did or did not a shock of nervousness go down Trump's spine? Because he sure does appear to be very uncomfortable, not with the question perhaps, but the person who's the subject of the question.
There's a minute missing from the jailhouse tape on the minute.
Yeah, sure. If I
Could I just interrupt for
Sure.
1 second? Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years. You're asking, we have Texas, we have this, we have all of the things. And are people still talking about this guy, this creep? That is unbelievable. Do you want to waste the time, and do you feel like answering?
I don't mind answering.
I mean, I can't believe you're asking a question on Epstein at a time like this where we're having some of the greatest success and also tragedy.
So now he's fishing for reasons why this question of any question shouldn't be asked at this meeting, because we have things of great success, and that's his go-to. Perhaps that's why he said that on autopilot. Then he remembers there's also tragedy going on, the Texas floods, blah, blah, blah. So he chimes in with that next. Oh, yeah, I should say that too. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. I think it was a very telling moment that it might not age well. It might not age well, Mr. Trump.
With what happened in Texas, it just seems like a desecration, but you go ahead.
Sure. First, to back up on that, in
So now we're going to watch Pam Bondi, the Attorney General, give the most blatant non-answer.
In February, I did an interview on Fox, and it's been getting a lot of attention because I said, I was asked a question about the client list, and my response was, it's sitting on my desk to be reviewed, meaning the file along with the JFK, MLK files as well. That's what I meant by that. Also, to the tens of thousands of video, they turned out to be child porn downloaded by that disgusting Jeffrey Epstein. Child porn is what they...
Now she's talking about something that has nothing to do with the question. The question was Epstein working in any capacity, foreign or domestic, for an intelligence agency or bureau?
Never going to be released, never going to see the light of day. To him being an agent, I have no knowledge about that. We can get back to you on that. And the minute missing from the video, we released the video showing definitively the video.
I forgot about this part. I remember this from earlier today. She's about to talk about him offing himself in prison, and you will not believe this explanation. This is a prison that housed a high-profile guy, and she makes it sound like they use old-school VHS tapes that they have since 90-something that they swap out, which puts a minute of time undocumented.
Was not conclusive, but the evidence prior to it was showing he committed suicide. And what was on that, there was a minute that was off the counter. And what we learned from Bureau of Prisons was every night, they redo that video. It's old, from like 1999. So every night the video is reset, and every night should have the same minute missing. So we're looking for that video to release that as well, showing.
So since 1999, there's a minute timestamp unaccounted for from these in cells, in prison cell videotapes. And that's just how they do things. Is she trying to convince me and you that Jeffrey Epstein offed himself in that 1 minute? And why in the world would it not be digital that can go back and forth Okay, this is so stupid because it's so easy. You have a Ring doorbell camera, right? You can go back several days. You have a home security camera with an app. I've had them. Everyone has this crap. You can go back several days if you want to reference something. It has 24-hour DVR attached to it. It's not going to eliminate 1 minute to reset. And I don't believe it was happening since 99 that way either. I believe this is bullshit. And I'm laughing that I even forgot about this little part of it. I believe this is a total lie. Hopefully I'm wrong. But, so the way those surveillance DVRs work, when something hasn't been pulled or reviewed and it just kind of like falls a day behind, normally they're like 25 days or so, or 15 days, then that whole day gets erased. But there's still ongoing footage taken place in current time and backed up. There's never any security system, DVR system of any modern time, even when this happened, where the program is set up to eliminate or not record the same 1 minute of time every day. Bro, listen to her. Listen to this again. I can't get enough of this. That's why we're talking about it.
Definitively, the video was not conclusive, but the evidence prior to it was showing he committed suicide. And what was on that?
And why is she kind of stopping and trying to find her next? Sorry, I don't want to put thoughts in your head that weren't already there, but I do want to put questions in your mind. Why is Pam Bundy stopping to try to find her next phrase instead of just saying what's up, instead of just saying what she knows?
There was a minute that was off the counter, and what we learned from Bureau of Prisons was every night, they redo that video. It's old, from like 1999, so every night the video is reset, and every night should have the same minute missing. So
that would mean they're using a VHS tape. And every night at a specific time, they hit stop, rewind to record over it. If she ain't talking about that, and she's talking about something digital, then that is even more far-fetched than this whole other thing. I do not believe that the video camera in Epstein's cell was being recorded onto a tape, on a VCR, or some kind of tape deck. And I also do not believe that the video camera in Epstein's cell, if it were digital, has this 1 minute of missing time on purpose every day, the same minute. I also don't believe that if it were digital, and if that were the case, that he chose or coincidentally picked that 1 minute of time to off himself. I am calling bullshit.
we're looking for that video to release that as well, showing that a minute is missing every night. And that's it on Epstein.
So they want to release a video that shows the timestamp glitching on purpose, just like every other night, where a minute of video is missing. I can produce that video myself. I'm sorry, but those answers are pathetic. Or in Trump's case, that very poor dodging the question job, you trying to undermine the validity of the question. Come on, bro. I ask this every time I see it. If someone's doing that, then what are they hiding? So Pam Bondi said that she had an interview on Fox back in February. What a terrible question. I can't believe you would ask a question like that. That makes a lot of fucking sense. It refers to, and he tried to make it sound like, oh, it's such stale news. How dare you? This is something from Yahoo News. Former Florida Attorney General Pam Bondi has talked herself into a vortex of the Epstein scandal, triggering a wave of conspiracy theories and dragging President Donald Trump's White House into quandary. At the center of the drama is a so-called client list, a procured document containing names of people, likely many of them powerful, to whom the late Palm Beach financier is said to have provided underage girls for sex. Moreover, the speculation is that the Epstein used the list to escort and blackmail people. Belief in the existence of such a document gained credibility after now U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi claimed she had such a list in her possession. But that was contradicted on July 7th by the U.S. Department of Justice and the Federal Bureau of Investigation. What are you talking about? She still says she has the crap on her desk, didn't she? I want to know the clip where she said, "Oh, I have that client list on my desk." Why would she say that? And the Department of Justice says, no, she didn't say that. All right, so this might be the
The DOJ may be releasing the list of Jeffrey Epstein's clients. Will that really happen?
It's sitting on my desk right now to review. That's been a directive by President Trump. I'm reviewing that. I'm reviewing JFK files, MLK files. That's all in the process of being reviewed because that was done at the directive of the president from all of these agencies. It's sitting on my desk right now to review. That's been a directive by
Let's hear
President
that
Trump.
again,
I'm
shall
reviewing
we?
that.
The DOJ may be releasing the list of Jeffrey Epstein's clients. Will that really happen?
It's sitting on my desk right now to review.
One last time, I want to see her backpedal. Or maybe it wasn't. I mean, I'm totally open to understanding this deeper, and I'm totally into the comments.
Do you want to waste the time, and do you feel like answering?
I don't mind answering.
I mean, I can't believe you're asking a question on that.
Trump doesn't. I don't think Trump wanted her to respond because he said, "Do you want to waste the time? I mean, do you really want to waste the time?" She's like, "I don't mind. I don't mind doing what you just did and give a non-answer."
Epstein, at a time like this where we're having some of the greatest success and also tragedy with what happened in Texas. It just seems like a desecration, but you go ahead.
Sure. First, to back up on that, in February, I did an interview on Fox, and it's been getting a lot of attention because I said, I was asked a question about the client list, and my response was, it's sitting on my desk to be reviewed, meaning the file along with the JFK, MLK files as well. That's what I meant by that.
The DOJ may be releasing the list of Jeffrey Epstein's clients. Will that really happen?
It's sitting on my desk right now to review.
The list of Jeffrey Epstein's clients. Will that really happen?
It's sitting on my desk right now. I was asked a question about the client list, and my response was, it's sitting on my desk to be reviewed, meaning the file.
The list of Jeffrey Epstein's clients? Will that really happen?
It's sitting on my desk right now. Also, to the tens of thousands of video, they turned out to be child porn downloaded by that disgusting Jeffrey Epstein. Child porn is what they were. Never going to be released, never going to see the light of day. To him being an agent, I have no knowledge about that. We can get back to you on that. And the minute missing from the video, we released the video showing definitively, the video was not conclusive, but the evidence prior to it was showing he committed suicide. And what was on that, there was a minute that was off the counter. And what we learned from Bureau of Prisons was every night,
Sure.
they redo that video. It's old, from like 1999. So every night the video is reset, and every night should have the same minute missing. So we're looking for that video to release that as well, showing that a minute is missing every night. And that's it on Epstein.
She's like, whew, I hope I can breathe now. Fucking bullshit. In my humble opinion. I can't resist. I'm going to play what she said over this video of them two together.
They turned out to be child porn downloaded by that disgusting Jeffrey Epstein. Child porn is what they were.